Okay, this video covers course policies for Ebtm 881, which is the Supply Chain Capstone project. Supply Chain Capstone project is required for all master's degree students at Towson University in supply chain management. Typically, our master's students take Ebtm 881 in the final semester of their graduate education. Sometimes they take it in the second to last or one of the very close to last semesters in their graduate education. Ebtm 881 has a prerequisite on it. So before you can enroll in the class, you need to have completed at least 5 courses in the master's degree, that's 15 units. And you also need to have completed Ebtm 602, which is Introduction to Supply Chain. Okay, so for the course policies, all students must present their final projects. Final projects are presented at Capstone night. So if you're enrolled in Capstone in a spring or a fall semester, Capstone night is typically in person. If you are enrolled in the summer semester, Capstone night is typically online through a Zoom webinar. Your final project includes your written report plus your presentation. There are templates online on our supply chain website for the report and for the presentation. Please use those templates and follow the instructions in them, include all the sections that are required, and use those templates for completing your final report and making your presentation slides. You will need to meet with your faculty advisor at least 2 times per month during the semester. And it really is up to you and the faculty advisor to sort out if those meetings will be in person, if those meetings will be virtually through Zoom or some other platform. But you should be meeting at least 2 times per month. And really, it's up to the faculty advisor's discretion if additional meetings will be needed. Some faculty advisors like to meet with their students every week. They like to have a quick check-in meeting. That will be the faculty advisor's discretion. But your faculty advisor has the responsibility to clearly communicate those expectations for meetings to you before the end of the semester's add drop period. So you should know up front what is required. So for you to be successful in the course, what are those requirements from your faculty advisor so you can work through that throughout the semester and meet those expectations. All deadlines for Capstone are final. They must be reasonably met in order to avoid delays in completing your Capstone project, which means you need to be registered by the end of that drop. You need to turn in your report on by the day it's due. You need to present at Capstone night. So make sure you are able to meet those deadlines in your semester to avoid potential delays or taking an incomplete or having to register for Ebtm 882 to extend your project. Okay, how do you register? So your first step is to submit the Capstone project intent form. Now, there is a deadline for that every semester, and the program will email you that deadline. So you're going to get an email from supplychain@towson.edu. All students enrolled in the program get that email, and it identifies the deadline for submitting intent forms for the semester. That intent form deadline is not registration deadline. It is different. So please make sure you are watching for that and you get those forms in on time. Where is the intent form? It's on the supply chain website. We're going to talk about finding the website in a second. But you're going to download that form. You're going to fill it out. You're going to identify classes you've taken already. You're going to identify topics you enjoy, topics you're interested in exploring more in Capstone. What elements of the supply chain curriculum did you like the best, or did you want to use in your project? And you're just going to give the program some understanding of what you want to do so we can match you with the best faculty advisor aligned with your interests. So to submit that form, you're going to send it to supplychain@towson.edu before the deadline. Then you're going to attend Capstone presentation night, and you're going to do this in the semester before you actually take the course. So if you're interested in taking Capstone during the fall semester, you're going to attend the spring Capstone night. You're also going to send the spring Capstone night if you're interested in taking Capstone during the summer. So attend the spring session if you want to take the class in summer or fall. And then you're going to attend the fall session if you're interested in enrolling in Capstone for spring. What happens at Capstone night is it gives you the opportunity to see the level of quality of the presentations, how they are structured, how they are put together. You can see your peers and your colleagues and your fellow students present. So you get a better understanding of what's required for you for the course. And then at the end of Capstone night, there is a proposal workshop where you're going to learn a little bit more about the proposal process, get the opportunity to match with your advisor and meet with them and get started on your actual proposal. Then you're going to develop your project proposal. And you're going to, my recommendation is that you actually do this iteratively with your faculty advisor. Don't just write the entire proposal and email it over to your advisor for an approval. I think it works much better if you work iteratively with your faculty advisor, writing a little bit, getting feedback, building this out over a few sessions to get the best possible and well-defined proposal. Typically, the deadline to have all of your proposals approved is 1 week before the start of the semester. So you have to make sure you meet those deadlines so there's enough time to get you registered and get all the paperwork done. So you're going to fill out your proposal. You're going to work with your advisor to do that. You're going to sign your proposal when you're done. Then you're going to send your proposal over to the program at supplychain@towson.edu for the program director's approval. And once the program director approves the proposal, you'll then receive registrations instructions from the department's administrative assistant. Now, sometimes those registration instructions have deadlines. So for example, once your proposal is submitted to the department, typically the administrative assistant gives you 48 to 72 hours to actually register for the course. You will be issued a permit. You will need to go online and PeopleSoft and do that registration. So once you have your proposal submitted, please watch your email to make sure you're making those deadlines and you don't miss your permit window. All right, so what is in this proposal? There's 5 major sections of your proposal. One of them is the project overview and background. What is this problem? Why is it necessary? Why is it of interest to supply chain professionals? Then your general methodology. One of the main reasons or the main instances, I guess, when the program director does not approve the proposal right away is because of the methodology. I really need to see, and the program director needs to see, what analytic methods are you planning on using? What type of concepts from the supply chain curriculum are you tending to apply? Don't just write, I'm going to do analysis. What type of analysis are you going to do? Capstone is applying the concepts you learn throughout your master's degree. We need to make sure you're going to do that and you have a plan for that. So we're going to be looking in the methodology section to make sure that you identify types of analytics you're going to use, types of analyses you plan to do, and concepts you plan to apply, and different techniques and tools you tend to apply from the program to this project. For major deliverables, yes, you have to do a report. Yes, you have to do a presentation, but it's more than that too. We want to see what is the impact of your project. So if you're doing a project from your work, what type of impact do you expect to have in the business when it's implemented? What sort of effects do you plan to do? What types of improvements are going to be made? If you're doing a more general research project, what type of contribution or insights are you going to find in this research? How can you improve the literature? What sort of findings do you expect to have? So also, when we just see report and presentation deliverables, we tend to send the proposal back to get a better understanding of what that impact is and what are those overall potential project goals you tend to have. Project timeline. Highly recommend using a Gantt chart here. If you are completing Capstone during the spring or the fall, you have 15 weeks. If you are completing Capstone during the summer, you have 10 weeks. 10 weeks moves really, really fast. So make sure you do a Gantt chart. And I think that's going to help you out to make sure that you understand where your work is going to be, how you schedule it, and we can understand if it's reasonable for you to complete this project within 1 semester. This is a 3-credit or 3-unit course at Towson University. So the university requires 100 to 120 hours for this project. So to get the equivalent of 3 units, you are expected to put in 100 to 120 hours of work. So the Gantt chart is also super helpful here to help understand how you're going to put that time in and help to manage your time. And we're going to look for in the proposal an understanding of where you expect to divide your time, how much time in methodology, how much time in deliverables, not just the overall sections, but those different piece parts, the different types of calculations you're going to do, or the different types of analyses you're going to do. There are some additional details in the project proposal template, so please make sure you download it and read it. Before you sign it, there are some course policies you need to agree to, so make sure you understand what you're signing when you submit your overall project proposal. The Capstone project proposal form can be found on the Ebtm 881 project website. So where do you find that website? towson.edu/SCM. On the right-hand side, there should be a yellow box. Click on Supply Chain Capstone Project there, and then go ahead and click on Forms and Templates. You can also find that by directly using this tiny URL here. This tiny URL will jump directly to the Ebtm 881 Capstone Project website. You can also scan the QR code here to get also more information or jump directly to that website. Okay, so this is an overview of the course policies for Ebtm 881. This is not necessarily inclusive of all policies, so please make sure you review all the documentation on the website. Please make sure you use the forms and templates. Also, if you are doing a project from your work, do not include your company's name anywhere in the report or the presentation. Please refer to it as Company A, Organization A, or some sort of non-attributable name for that company within that work. So the report and capstone presentation should not have any sort of company names in it as well. All right, if you have any other additional questions, please email us at supplychain@towson.edu. Thanks a lot.